Hey, it's Alpha Bob, here with the last installment in the 5 billion ISK challenge. Alpha Joe has collected just over 5 billion in loot and now has to return to Jita and sell it without getting ganked. To travel out of Null, Joe will use filaments. To activate a filament, you must be in a fleet. From the center HUD, select yourself and click on Form Fleet With. Now we can open up the internal 5 Pachvin filament. This will jump us to Triglavian space. We warp to the furthest planet. And set a bookmark. Ideally, we want to be out of D-scan range from all the planets and gates. Let's not give any hunter a juicy target. We will spend 15 minutes in this system until our filament timer has expired. So to not bore you with 15 minutes of just waiting at a bookmark, we will speed up this video. The chance of a hunter using combat probes here is pretty low, but with such a valuable cargo, Alpha Joe will be very careful. One of my viewers had suggested waiting the 15 minutes inside one of the stations here in Pachvin space. I've never done this before, so I will rely on my usual method of creating a bookmark and flying up or down with my micro-warp drive on. If you just sit at a bookmark, any hunter can use combat probes and fly directly to your ship. And to be safe, you have to D-scan constantly. But if your ship is moving fast with your micro-warp drive on, you will have enough time to react. A hunter will be able to combat scan you easily with your increased signature from the micro-warp drive. But when they start their warp to your exact location, you will have moved at least 30 kilometers away from that point. When they arrive on grid with you, they will show up in your overview, but they will be too far to warp scramble your ship. If your ship is faster, they will not be able to attack. And even in a faster ship, you will have enough time to warp away. You can relax and just watch your overview with no need to D-scan. This is my current preferred method, but I have been experimenting with using a sensor booster to make you almost invisible to all combat probes. But with super expensive implants, it is still possible that someone could scan you down. We now get ready to use our last filament to return us hopefully close to Jita. This filament will jump you to a system near Jita or another major trade hub like Rennes. There is about a 30% chance to land in a low security system. And of course, with Joe's luck, he lands in a low security system. Opening up his personal assets, Joe can see he is only 9 jumps from Jita. He sets Jita as his destination. But we see this route goes through 2 low security systems. This makes Joe a bit worried, so he decides he will make a bookmark where he can better assess the situation. These low security systems near Jita are often littered with gate camps. And who knows, maybe these gankers have heard about Joe's enormous cargo. He opens up the map to see if there's a better route to safety. But his attention comes back to arriving at this planet. There are red sentry guns here and an Ares ship on scan. This does not look good, so Joe warps to his bookmark as quick as possible. Even though those sentry guns were hostile, they won't shoot unless they are provoked. Joe didn't know that at the time and was shaking in his boots. More sentry guns, oh crap. Joe can only imagine the kill mail that's about to come just after one of these sentries destroys his ship with one shot. Joe will be safe once he can get to his bookmark. Let's open up that map and check out any dangers. First, we check the average number of pilots in space in the last 30 minutes. Only one pilot in this system. Now Joe selects the number of ships destroyed in the last hour. 1 in this system and 2 in the next system. Not completely safe, but not too bad. Joe checks the alternate route. 3 ships destroyed in the last hour, and this would be a much longer trip back to Jita. The direct route doesn't look too dangerous. Joe says, "Screw it, I've come this far, so let's do this." He decides to make the jumps back to Jita. We can only hope no one is waiting to smart bomb his ship. Having a second set of filaments could have helped by giving us another chance to land in a better system. But if the low security jumps are really bad, the next best way to stay safe is to scan for a wormhole and then travel through wormholes searching for high security space. Usually I can find a wormhole jump to high security within 5 to 10 minutes. The Ares ship is on the gate, but luckily, he started warping away before noticing us. More sentry guns, and now rats on the gate. We are mostly safe. Quickly, Joe warps to a planet. Warping to a planet is relatively safe. Joe will often choose to warp within 100 kilometers. He creates a bookmark, but decides it's now safe to warp to the gate. Warping through the last low security gate should be safe, but there's always a chance you are being watched, and a ship or 2 are waiting with smart bombs. Two ships on grid. 1 ship is on the gate, but in the process of warping away. Joe is out of danger. Well, mostly out of danger. You can still run into gate camps and hide, but that is not common. But what is common is getting scanned as you reach Jita. If you jump directly to the Jita station, there are a few seconds before you can dock. In these few seconds, gankers will scan your cargo, and if they see lots of loot, they will shoot and destroy your ship. Another ship will be ready to loot your wreckage. This has happened once to me already. To avoid this gank, it's important to have a bookmark next to the Jita station for faster docking. We will now speed up the video for the several jumps through high security space. Nothing eventful happens. Here we reach the Jita system. You can see we have 3 bookmarks. The safe bookmark is just a random location in the system. To be absolutely safe, Joe warps to this bookmark first. The Jita safe bookmark is for leaving the Jita station, but the important bookmark we need is named Jita Dock. This is a bookmark we made at the top of the Jita station. Joe starts his warp to this docking point. Once he arrives, he can press the docking button to dock immediately. I've been told that if you engage autopilot, that will also instantly dock you, but I'm not risking that on something I haven't tried. Joe spams the docking button, hoping it works. Success, docking accepted. Joe has done it. He is back safely with 5 billion ISK of loot. Now it's time to sell all this loot and see what it is really worth. To sell at a station, we will have to move all the loot to the item hangar. Joe moves the loot over. He also grabs the loot inside the small secure container. Now we can see the total loot is almost 5.2 billion ISK. Not bad. Joe shows he only has 28 million ISK inside his wallet. Now he right-clicks and selects Sell Items. I usually will sell my loot to an immediate buyer. You can make more ISK if you post the items at a higher price, but that can take a lot of time. Because we have so many items to sell, the first sell window may not find buyers for all the items. You can also see the tax for selling these items has reached 300 million ISK. Joe clicks the sell button. Now we repeat for the remaining items. And again for this last item. In total, our tax was just over 400 million ISK. Ouch. But we see we made 4.8 billion ISK. Not bad for one trip to null space. Congratulations, Alpha Joe, you did it. Thanks for watching this series, and happy hacking.